Alright, Rob's back with the Mtgnoob. Looks like we're going to go ahead and play first here, so let's go ahead and do the hey and good luck. And yeah, we'll play first. And this is kind of a late start. We do have all of our colors, though, and we have a whole slew of 2-drops, so I think we'll go ahead and keep this. We're looking pretty good late in the game. We have some gas. We have a pretty decent bomb, so I don't think we'll go ahead and mulligan this. We will start off with either green or blue because we have things like Themtgnoob Mage that we might be pulling, so that's fine. And looks like our opponent is thinking about whether or not it's mulligan in his hand. We'll go ahead and pause it here for a second, and I'll be back with you guys when he's done. Alright, we are back. He went ahead and kept with 7, so we'll go ahead and show him the forest and get it going. So Themtgnoob Mage is fine. Any one of our 2-dropper Disciples of the Old Ways is good. Shamble Shark is fine. We can go ahead and play this and pass, and we'll go ahead and do the classic play at the end of his turn. So yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good about being able to get a 2-drop there just because we have so many. And depending on what he has, I don't really feel like swinging in and losing the Shamble Shark. Now I might, because that's a Syndic of Tithes. But we'll see what we draw here. So drawing something like the forest, not fantastic. I think I will go ahead and see if he wants to do the trade here. Reason being, I actually feel like hard casting something like the swine later in the go. So we'll see if he wants to just go ahead and take this trade here. Just keeping him off extort would be kind of nice. If not, we're sneaking in 2 damage. Okay, that's fine. Not going to go ahead and show him our red quite yet. We don't have anything for double red, so it's not a huge deal for me to start getting those out. Okay, that's pretty good. But this Rubble Belt Raider is going to be pretty good too, so that's kind of nice. Too bad we didn't have that untap ability there, because we could have been able to get him with that. That would have been nice. But okay, seeing a Disciple of the Old Ways, that's looking pretty sweet. We can go ahead and play this, and this guy will grow, but he could sack it to block and kill it, and I don't really think that's what we want to do. Alternatively, we could play Disciple of the Old Ways and then play Rubble Belt Raiders, but I think instead what we're going to do is play Rubble Belt Raiders, and then next turn play Xertois Swine, and this thing will get really big, and this guy will get really big, and hopefully we can just take over the game like that. We'll go ahead and tap it for this. We could also just save the swine and sneak in just a ton of damage. We could actually play the Disciple of the Old Ways and sneak into swine. That's actually kind of neat. But I don't know if that's super what I feel like doing. We'll go ahead and hold this back. May see something like a Grizzly Spectacle or something for this, which would be pretty unfortunate. He does have the double black, double white right now. Tapping out for something other than a Grizzly Spectre would be kind of nice. Yeah, he had it there. Alright, that's fine. I mean, he had to use it eventually. So not really too much we can do about that. That said, I don't know if he can just go ahead and swing in here. Okay, looks like he's going to. If he wants to do the race, I guess I'm okay with that. So things that we can do, we can go ahead and drop the swine of all of this to something pretty big, and we'll have some pretty decent beaters on board. So we'll be cracking back for 4 here, and that's pretty decent. Against the Orzhov deck, we're really going to need to start doing some big damage, especially if we want to survive his extort machine. We do at the very least have an Urban Evolution. There is the idea that we might actually be able to Urban Evolution and get down this Disciple of the Old Ways if we draw into a land, and that might actually be the way to go. So, not seeing anything here. Things that he could do to block us out. Let's see what his blocks look like here. His blocks actually look pretty good. So, we're going to get to play Disciple of the Old Ways no matter what. So, I guess the idea here is we'll go ahead and Urban Evolution, and we will make sure that we tap some appropriate mana. And that's what we'll do there. Draw into some cards. Another Shamble Shark, huh? That's pretty cool. So playing that guy, we could actually play that guy and get the Disciple out. That's kind of neat. I think we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and play our other land here, and we'll just go ahead and pass. Blocks aren't looking super favorable. Like, he could double block, and I could only kill one thing with the Swine. I don't really like that. Not seeing anything from him there. Kind of strange. Kind of curious if he's out of gas, if he just has a bunch of lands in hand. Him playing something big would be kind of nice because we could drop down this Mystic Genesis. I think we'll even have enough in our hand to be able to drop Mystic Genesis and this Disciple of the Old Way, which is kind of neat. So if we drop Disciple of the Old Way, what does his blocks look like here? We'll be coming in with a 4-3, a 5-4, and a 2-1. And if he has any tricks, we can do some stuff. Let's play out the Disciple of the Old Way. And get our counter going. Okay, so he could block out here and kill this. And then he could double block this. Or he could double block this. And these would all trade. How do I feel about that? How much damage are we getting in if we do that? Let's see, he could sack something, make this invincible. Yeah, I don't think I like this attack yet. I think rather waiting for the Mystic Genesis, countering something that he has, and getting an extra ooze on the board would be kind of sweet. So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Hopefully we counter something nice and big. Yep, that has got to get countered. And that might be the blowout we're looking for. We are going to get some evolution off it, which is also kind of sweet, and that might just take over the game. I don't think white-black has anything that they can do to say about that Mystic Genesis right there. So yeah, that was it. Okay. So Mystic Genesis showing the power in the late game there, and I think that is exactly what we're going to want against a deck like this Orzhov deck. Against this Orzhov deck, Snapjaw not quite looking so good. just because he's going to have a lot of 2/2s. Didn't really see a whole lot else from him. Saw the Grizzly Spectacle, also a good reason to keep something like a Spell Rupture and this Mystic Genesis in. Mystic Genesising a Grizzly Spectacle when the person's hoping to do it and then getting an ooze on the board that evolves everything is just absolutely devastating. I think we're going to keep everything like it is. I really liked Urban Evolution there. It worked very well. I think we can just go ahead and ship this back. Again, we're seeing every color on the planet. We do have a Wasteland Viper and we do have a Rubble Belt Raiders. We're going to be on the draw. So not going to go ahead and mulligan this. On the draw, like I said, we have just a plethora of 2-drops to drop. I'm okay dropping the Wasteland Viper here, especially now that there's a Boros Elite coming out. So, yeah, I'm okay getting the Viper out right away. Especially since right now we're not seeing anything until Rubble Belt Raiders. We do have a pit fight too, which is pretty sweet, especially if we get something like the Rubble Belt Raiders off. But we have to assume that the Rubble Belt Raiders will probably see something like a Grizzly Spectacle right away. I'm trying to see how I feel right now about doing something like just playing the mountain and having the pit fight open instead of playing one of these gates. And the only reason I say that is because if he has anything for this Wasteland Viper, like if he has some sort of like aerial maneuver or something on the Boros Elite, it's kind of cool to be able to pit fight. That said, though, if we start drawing things like Shamble Sharks and we don't have any blue, that's pretty bad. So I guess I'm okay like taking a trick for a Wasteland Viper, so I think we'll go ahead and swing in here and start getting our damage on. Yeah, that's fine. Trading 1 for 1 in the beginning is fine. Okay, good. That makes my choice a little bit easier. So we can go ahead and play the Simic Guildgate. This way we can be sure to get our blue online. And we have plenty of land in our hand to just play untapped lands from now on. Yes, sir. Taking a point. Not seeing a 3-drop there, very interesting. Okay, well, we don't have anything else, so we can play a Gruul Guildgate and still come in with the Viper. Again, now we at least have Pit Fight open, so that's kind of neat. Pit Fight on the Viper is cool, just because it takes care of basically everything, no matter how big it is, so that's kind of nice. I mean, the Wasteland Viper will die too, but... See, now that Basilica Guards is a pain in the neck, and I think I just want to pit fight that out of the way. We didn't really see any enchantments from him or tricks or anything, so I think we will go ahead and pit fight that. That is a very pit fightable target. So kind of flooding out on the land thing. Not seeing double black from him would be kind of nice. We will go ahead and bring out our second island here, I guess. Yeah, we have enough to play this Rubble Belt Raiders no matter what. So we'll go ahead and do it like this. So not seeing a Grizzly Spectacle here would be kind of nice. He does, however, now have the double black, double white, so that's kind of unfortunate. But holding back potentially a Smite. We didn't see Smite before, but holding everything up just makes me feel like it's Smite. I don't think that we cannot go in. I mean, we can't fear Smite forever. So I think we just go in here and see what this gets us. Like I said, it might just get us smitten, which sucks, but no, it doesn't. It gets us in for 6 damage. So yeah. So right now, Urban Evolution would be amazing. Drawing a Mystic Genesis would just be absolutely bonkers. Okay, Executioner's Swing. That's fine too. Unfortunately, that means that he had to let us actually get in for our full boat of damage to actually make that work. So he must have a pretty decent follow-up play here. We really need to stop drawing only lands at this point. Spell Rupture. That's not really great. So we're kind of on the defense now. Spell Rupture terrible when all we have is a Wasteland Viper. I think we kind of just have to rush in here because if he starts tapping this guy down, it's just going to be absolutely pointless. He'll get in for at least 3. And that's not so good. So, I mean, if he has like a big 6-drop or something like that, we can Spell Rupture it out. Hanging back with the Boros Elite, interesting. Shamble Shark. Alright. Even Shamble Shark isn't really that great here. I kind of want to bring it in because then our Spell Rupture gets slightly better. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to bring it in. Alright, I don't think we need to sandbag all these lands, so we'll go ahead and drop down another land here. And we will say done go. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So the question here is, do we want to Shamble Shark in and kill either one of these? I don't think that we do, just because we might be able to Shamble Shark and do something a little bit cooler. I don't know. Against the Orzhov deck, this is a tough choice because we still need to get stuff on the board. Again, I mean, I'm not super thrilled about this block, but I guess it's okay. Burst of Strength, I guess, is kind of cool. It'll allow us to swing in here and basically, quote-unquote, get him. And if I use it here, he basically has to sack this to save this. So I guess I'm okay with that. Okay. So we just ended up going card for card there. Not really great. At least my Spell Rupture can get a 2 now, which I guess is okay. It also does now profitably block this Cartel Aristocrat. But we're all in just top deck mode. Alright, well, those who cannot risk cannot win. We gotta swing in here. That was pretty cool. No reason not to keep playing our land, so we'll go ahead and play our land there. I don't think we have any like giant mana sink. Well, actually, that's wrong. If we draw a Zamek Guildmage, We have a pretty decent mana sink. Oh, God. And I can't even spell rupture that. And man, I wish I could. Alright. So that is a super decent top deck right there. Oh, I wish he had a 6 mana cost spell. That would have been much better. Alright, this is going to end up being a close game in the top deckathon. And he's just going to top deck better than us. This is so bad. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and hold back with the Viper for now. And he probably has enough lands now to the point where he could pretty much play anything, and this Spell Rupture is not going to be good enough. Yeah, this is bad. He's top-decking creatures, and we're top-decking nothing. Gotta take it. I mean, we're just drawing really badly right now. We're just drawing into just a whole host of land. Wow! Nothing we can do about that. Alright, I'm okay trading this for this. Not exactly what I want to be doing. But we're down to 4 now, and things are getting like super desperate. Yeah, he just top decked better than us. There's nothing we can do about that. We're gonna lose it to extort. Keymaster Rogue, that is not gonna do it. Alright. So gotta concede that one. That was a close game. We just didn't see anything at all. All we saw was a bunch of lands. Again, I think what we have is fine. I think we just need to see some slightly better stuff, and we just didn't see it. I think we can go ahead and submit this and just hope for a slightly better hand there. Yes, this is much, much, much better. Well, and in fact, our hand wasn't really that bad, but on the play, this is a very good hand. Cloudfin Raptor will probably get in for some nice early damage early on, so that's looking good. And it looks like he's going to look at his hand for a little while, so we'll go ahead and pause here, and I'll be back with you guys when we're ready to go. Alright, opponent going down to 5, not really so good for him. We're going to start off with the super fast Cloudfin Raptor. Don't have any red right now to turn these guys on, but that's not a big deal. Having a 2-drop into a 2-drop is just fine. And this may be the blistering fast opener that we need to really get him. So, be able to get in here with the Cloudfin Raptor for 1. We've got an Elusive Krasis coming out, which is going to be sweet. And if he doesn't play anything here, that's going to be pretty bad for him. Yeah. So now being able to do things like get out this Elusive Krasis to further evolve our Raptor, this is just a super, super start for us. And even if we see Executioner's Swing, I don't really feel too bad about that. And we don't see Executioner's Swing. Okay, so this Disciple of the Old Ways is going to do a couple things. It's going to make this Krasis unblockable. Or not unblockable, it's going to make it a 1/5, which is kind of nice. And we're still going to have Spell Rupture up. And honestly, I think I'm okay with just going in with everything. With a start like this, I'm even okay trading the pet for my Disciple of the Old Ways. Because now we're going to Spell Rupture whatever he has and feel pretty good about that. Especially if what he has is a Grizzly Spectacle. Wow, he's playing nothing? Okay. So now I think this is a pretty easy Slaughterhorn into a Spell Rupture, and I think that might just be game. I don't think I've ever had a Simic deck work this well before, not even in draft. And even if he does have the Executioner swing, we can actually Spell Rupture it out of the sky. Whew, man. This is just a crazy draw. Just a nut draw. Absolutely not. And that might just provoke a concession. Yeah. Alright, so we managed to get there in the first round, and I will see you guys for round 2, and things were looking really good for us in the future. Really liking this deck. I hope you guys are enjoying that. See you guys round 2.